What's going on, everybody? It's Cam here, otherwise known as Cam Solo, and thanks for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to showcase my new car. Some of you who personally know me have actually seen it firsthand, and I've taken you places, and it's such a blast, and you guys already know. But right now, let's get to it. And here she is, all her glory. 2014 Subaru BRZ. Even though I know it looks like a Toyota GT86 or a Scion FRS, this thing is fantastic. We had just picked it up last week. I love the color, sterling silver with the XXR wheels, even though they're kind of scratched up. We'll get to that in a minute. Comes from the dealership, or well, the car lot, with faux carbon fiber, as it looks like a vinyl. It has a nice little styling to it. Makes it a little bit more sleeker, I would say. Now, the BRZ is actually my second car. My first car is this TT right here. Excuse the dirty garage. So the story with this one goes is that I've had it for a year. Come 2017, I got the keys, I got my license, and you know, she was really good. The transmission would give out a couple times. She was kind of jumpy, but transmission finally gave out since it was so jumpy. We had just installed a new radiator, just installed a new cooling reservoir, a whole new pump, a whole new timing belt, and she just went with the transmission. So we had also tried to fix the CV joint and everything other than the transmission. She's gonna go away for a while. We're gonna fix her up pretty soon. It's gonna be a little project car, but for right now, we got this one. The lady who previously owned it, she had installed carbon fiber vinyl. She also installed the XXR wheels with these faux Brembo MGP brake discs. As you can see, it has a little bit of wear and tear here, but other than that, the wheels look really good. One thing with the exterior of this car, I don't know if you can see it, but there's the engine right there. That is exposed. There's nothing in here. The wheel well lining is not there. See, it's supposed to be there, but I'll show you the other side. So here's the right side, the passenger side, and you know, there you could kind of make it out there. That's what it's supposed to be. It's all rubber and it protects from rocks. Probably see some dents here, and that's shattered. So, and this is probably either a replace or probably not. You could, let's see if you could, yeah, there's some flexing going on there with stretch marks, I like to call them. Both of these on each side are sticking out. The panel gap's really ugly. Just like right there, you can see it bulge out. To the side of the car, we got the window tint coming off there. Got the stock spoiler going on and stock exhaust. Now, I don't know if that comes standard, but Subaru BRZ are supposed to be right there, and doesn't look like they were there previously, so I don't know if that comes. I'm not entirely sure. Fuel door right here. We got this beautiful, I don't know if you can wipe that off. I don't know, no idea what that is and where that came from. That is not me. If you're wondering what all the noise is, we got a busy Parkway Street going on here in our neighborhood. This is the busiest street in our whole neighborhood. I swear, we had to live here. If you're wondering what the key fob looks like this. Very small, about the size of my thumb, really. It's a keyless entry, and that's pretty common in 2014 models. It's even common now in 2018. But it has obviously lock, unlock, trunk, and the panic mode, or the sirens I like to call them. So without further ado, let's get into the interior. So you got your key in your pocket. You walk up to it, you simply grab it, makes 2 beeps, unlock it without even having to touch a thing, except for the door handle. Instantly, I am greeted with a beautiful black interior with Alcantara and leather seats with red stitching right here. This was from the previous owner. Wear and tear of however many years. I don't know if they bought it new or used. I'm not entirely sure. So now with the door panel, we have So that carbon fiber vinyl right there is actually aftermarket. I know it looks fantastic, but with that, with the little tearing there, I don't like that. But we also got the window tint, looking pretty ugly. Got to fix that, nothing too bad. With the door panel, we have the power windows, we have the child window lock, we also have power mirrors, we got door handle and the manual lock. Now this little entry pad is actually designed after the pedals and the dead pedal. So I kind of like that. There's no other piece of designing element in this car that is like that except for the things that you put your feet on. You got the leather right here, very soft. I love that, especially right here too. Climbing into the car, I like to go foot first and then your butt, and then you get the other foot in there, dead pedal. Now this is, as you can probably see, it's a automatic, but it has the paddle shifters, which is probably my favorite feature of all time in any of the cars ever. I don't know who started it, but it's just, I love it. Let's get her started right now. That probably wasn't the best start in the world, but it is a start. So here we have a gauge cluster. We got the speedo right there. Oh my god. Pretty simple steering wheel here. We got downshift, upshift right here as well. We got turn signals, the work, high beams, the light options, fog light, all that jazz. We also got the cruise control, which I haven't understood how to work yet. It's probably really easy. I probably don't know. Down here we got the trunk opener. We also have the dimmer for the gauge cluster and the brightness control. I like to use it on very bright because that way it lets me know. It's like, hey, you know, careful what you're doing. Make sure you watch the stuff. Here we got the headlight positioning, which is a very, very cool feature. Let's watch it. So right now it's on, we'll lower the brightness here so you can see. I'm going to turn it all the way up, where it should be. As you can see on the side pillar right here, it goes up and down. There, very cool. Thank you, Kanye, very cool. Here in the center console, we have the infotainment screen, which is touchscreen, but not at the moment because it is missing the SD card. Now the SD card did not come with the car, as well as the spare tire and the jack in the back. Jack in the box, jack in the back, I don't care. Which was a big bummer for me. Those SD cards on Amazon range from $200 to about 130 bucks. So if you're gonna get one of these used, be sure you have that. We're gonna get that pretty soon. More on the center console here. We have obviously the panic button. Passenger airbag is off because there's nobody there. It's pretty light. We got the analog clock, which is probably something out of 1970. I still don't understand why they have that in here, but they still got this stuff. I can understand if it's very cheap to manufacture, very easy. Now right here we have the air conditioning buttons for the unit. We have off, which obviously turns the thing off. We have a dual zone, which is very cool. So I can have, you know, my cold air coming on this side if I'm driving it was hot, and if you know, the passenger comes home from, you know, cold work environment, you can turn it on pretty, you know, nice and warm for them, nice cozy. Speaking of cozy and warm, we also have these seat heaters, so your butt warmers, I like to call them. I don't like to play with that now because I've had experience with that stuff. But if you notice from the start video, it is a push to start. In order to do that, you have to have yourself in or around the car, your foot on the brake pedal right there, and you press it. Now when you're in park and you're just ready to turn it off, you just press it again. Up here we have the home link, which is the garage door. I haven't done the second one over there. Frankly, we don't need it. I only need this main one here. It's automatic dimming. This, you know, you can turn it off, only turn it on when the door is on, and turn it on completely when you want to. Now up here we have the sunshades. You know, really good lighting for taking selfies and everything. What's up, everybody? Got my nice mustache and beard going on. Really ugly for 18-year-old. So it's really, really flimsy. This piece right here, it's very, I think that's standard and everything. There's not that much support in that little gap. It's like the same way for over here with the little squishiness. So the roof has a little bit of some bulbous properties to it, as you can see right there. To make room for, you know, taller people, you don't need that much space in the middle because no one's going to sit there. Me being 6 foot exactly, I have more than enough headroom. If I grow a lot, that's there. If I shrink, I'm fine. So I have really good headroom. I really enjoy this car, especially for the headroom. That's exactly why I bought the car. Now we move on to the back seats. Back here, it's get the light going back here. You know, back here, all you could fit is probably a golf club and a gallon of milk. You probably can't fit your average sized child back here unless you move the seats up. Good for pieces of paper, maybe some lunch. I don't know. Now let's talk about seating position. Right now, I like to stay, you know, perked up when I drive. I don't like to stay back. That's only when I'm tired or when I'm really hot and I'm exhausted. But normally when I'm driving this thing, I'm super excited. So when I'm driving it, I like to stay, you know, like I'm ready to race, which I don't recommend, especially for 18 to 24-year-olds. But I mean, if you are, you probably got to go a moderate 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. Let's talk about another thing. The AC in this car is phenomenal. The TT had a subpar. The Mercedes, that one is fantastic, but that one has some problems starting because I had to drive for about a month without AC, and that was hell, believe me. In this South Texas heat, especially San Antonio, when your car is sitting in the bare sun, no shade, but it has a sunroof and it has 4 windows, so it cools off really easily, especially when you get driving. But when you're coming out of school and if there's traffic and you're just sitting there basking in the heat, horrible. I don't wish that upon anybody. And my sister, she had just recently got her license, so I don't really have to take her anywhere anytime soon. She got a Lexus over there. I got really sidetracked right there. But with this AC, I've never felt any really good AC. I'm really praising the AC because 5 minutes, it is extreme cold. And some people with the brand new cars, they probably have, you know, really good AC within 30 seconds. But this thing, if you get driving right away, being that it's like 100 degrees, 102 degrees here in South Texas, it gets ridiculously hot. Really good job at ventilating that heat and just keeping the car cool. I'm honestly so glad I didn't have to pick this thing up with a stick shift manual transmission. Frankly, I haven't learned shift yet. I was really looking forward to it. However, these floppy paddle shifters are fantastic. Like I said, I'm eager to learn manual, and I feel like I'm ready and I understand the concepts. I just got to get, you know, hands-on experience with a car like that. Hopefully somebody in the community or in my neighborhood actually will let me drive their standard vehicle and you know, help me get a feel for it. But for right now, I love paddle shifters. I'm probably not going to give this thing up until I get another car with it. I plan on keeping this car for 6 or 7 years. This car is very, very affordable. Even, you know, you would think that on my insurance it would skyrocket, but it actually didn't go up that much. And I'm really satisfied with what they did. Although I have to pay my weight in the insurance, I also have to pay this. So that's looking to be about $500 a month. But which is not bad. Not bad, actually. If you're looking for a sports car, which I consider this thing to be a very good sports car. It's really good in the tuner scene. There's a lot of mods you could add to this thing. A lot of mods. So many, actually. And they keep coming out with cool ones, and the scene is still kicking. Another thing I really love about this car is the headlight design. Even though the headlights are kind of dirty right now, I love that. A little J and the L on that side. It's just so cool looking, especially if you're looking at it from a far distance. That's what it'll look like if we get the dimmers on it, if we put some tint. I plan on putting some black trim right there to make it look like it's like very aggressive. Let's pop the engine hood really fast. So down here is the engine release. So here's the Boxer engine. Right here, it's the sales guy pitched it to me, and he said that, you know, with the Boxer engine, you can put it really low to the floor, and that way it keeps a low center of mass, and you can take corners very well. Also, all the ease of access stuff is highlighted in yellow with the caps. Got coolant right there, got wiping fluid, and oil, and also got, I think, at least a power steering and battery right there. Solid noise on that right there. Perfect noise. So around back, let's turn this light off really fast. That looks so cool. Maybe we look at it from behind, zoom in on it, turn the exposure down. Looks kind of like a smiley face, you know what I'm saying? With that bumper strut right there. Looks pretty cool right there with the license plate light reflecting off the back bumper strut, and the tail lights. Just looks super cool. So as we were talking in the car, it got kind of dark outside, being that it's evening. Oh, there's a bat right there. Yeah, that means it's definitely evening. Got to use this handy light right now. As we wrap the video up, there's a lot of things I can say about this car. Not only including the one video, but we can do more. Maybe down the line, we're probably going to go to the Austin Track Circuit of Americas. I believe it's called COTA down there. Don't know the exact definition for that. That being said, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment. If there's anything you want to see on the channel, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to shout out my Instagram right now. There it is on the screen. There's also my Twitter right there. Later when my dad shows up on the show, he's also going to shout out his stuff. But for right now, that's my new car. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll see you guys later.